So Smudge has been sad, and she said she had, it's like her stomach's going up fast, like hyperventilating yesterday, last night, and a little bit today. And then she was hiding out, and I brought her out had her brought out into the living room, onto the bookshelves, so that I could see her for a bit. Then she retreated to the bedroom, but I came to the bedroom now, and now we're playing with this sleeping bag strings. The boys still are not cuddling Smudge the way they usually do. She usually cuddles into them and gets them to clean her ears and wash her and whatnot. They aren't doing it. You can tell that they're all dealing with things somehow. And we're not doing. I am really like, I don't know. I'm not the emotional one this time as much right now. Maybe because I was already doing it for, I don't know. But it's hit hard. I mean, as he noted, there's no annoyances to eat or there's no upsets or anything. It's quiet because Chai was the instigator in that, and the one to get things to be our clock cat and all that sort of stuff. She stopped being clock cat for a while, which, should have said something, but, she'd still be, telling us to do so. She'd boss me. She'd come over to me, annoy me to get him to do stuff for her. So, that's how it worked, and now there's none of that, and that sort of bothered him today. Even though I'm sure it's not something you really miss, but you do in a weird way when it suddenly stops. As for the other cats, like I said, they're being weird. Right, Smudge? Oh, come see the cat. Come here. Okay. No? Okay. He's like, I will not perform for you. So, she's having to wash herself. Pico, he's over there, and he's not. The boys are dealing with it in a weird way. Well, last night I took video, and Smudge was in the cat tower close to the window, and there's a duplicate one. There's a duplicate one beside it, a newer one. The older one is beside the newer one. And at one point she was the only one there, and then later Vincent had taken her spot on the new one, and she was in the older one beside it. So I just sort of last night watched them do different things. Today there was no fuss for food. We aren't taking out the wet food yet, sort of trying to, well, it's something I don't really want to, we're going to do that tomorrow. We'll start giving them that again, at least so the stuff doesn't go to waste. And they liked it, but we gave treats today, and they all had some where they all were, but it's weird. It's so weird. It's oh, there's a Vincent. Hi, Vincent. The Smudge. Can you be a doll, Vincent, and help Smudge with their bathing? You've always helped her. What, are you not helping her today? Or yesterday? The other thing noticed as we were processing it is that it had to happen yesterday. It had to. It was the timing. It was the available appointment. The other place would have been Monday, and again, who knows if they would have. Who knows, right? Like, and apparently, as I've got more detail, it was a common cancer of that kind. And when it's like that, it does result in death. The growth will grow, and then it's a painful death. And he only estimated she had a couple months. I mean, if you had money, they could do removal, but remove part of her jaw as well and stuff, and because it was into the... It's disturbing to think about, and her quality of life would have really suffered. And so, I mean, I'm proud of her for making it through that seizure stroke thing she had in 2020. I mean, the fact that she recovered so well from that is amazing. It's just really sad that she ended up having this. I mean, when we were thinking it was a tooth issue, to think it was something so much worse. And then to see the photos side by side, it did remind me of my dad, as far as like seeing my dad's weight loss and change in appearance from 2019 to 2021 in his photo ID. It's like seeing that photo of Chai and Smudge together from last year to this year. It's just incredible, the difference with Chai. And he had said, imagine if we'd seen her bleeding like from the mouth because of the sore, if it gotten that bad and she'd had, you know, where it got to the point that it had happened. I mean, that would have been horrific for all of us. And so, like, mercy yesterday, mercy. But there's also the, you know, and here's another strange thing that happened. Okay, so Vincent, not to be weird, but Vincent plays with this balls. These colorful balls. He puts them everywhere, all over the apartment, and then I round them up, put them back in the cat tower thingy. Well, he places them strategically for himself, and sometimes I think he's like trying to do talisman protection, and puts them near us sometimes, and other times he puts them in certain parts of the apartment. And but yesterday, in all the years we lived here, in all the years we've had these, as Chai was being taken out of the apartment to go to the vet, it was very windy yesterday, so you can say it was a wind, and of course it was a wind, but it's not like these balls haven't been all over the apartment and near the before. But one red one went right out into the hallway. It's a ledge. You can't just slide things out. It had to, like, the wind pushed it up over the door edge and into the hallway. Right at the timing to go with her. So it didn't go with her. I mean, it was put back in the apartment, and it wasn't her toy or anything. It was just so strange. I noticed it right away that when that happened, like, it's the first time ever. And we do have cross breeze in this apartment because, you know, these windows on the side and then the windows of the front. But I didn't really. I guess I had stayed up the night before. That's sad. You know, even when you know, like, you've got confirmation from the vet that you're doing the right thing, that it's the good, it's, you know, like, it's the right thing to do, because it just is. I mean, and even with knowing it will be better long term for the rest of the household to not deal with that elevated stress of what she was going through as well, you know, on the other cats. I mean, they're gonna feel sad and the loss and everything, and so are we, but I don't know. It's like, it's hard. It's so hard. And I have a bad headache. But my family, my cat family is... I've maintained more distance from these guys than I did since losing Lion and Hagrid. But, I mean, I'm attached to them all, of course. So, it does hurt. And I guess I knew with all the photos I took a Chai. I usually don't focus on one cat alone. Unless it's really good. Unless it's a good photo, like, now and then I just don't worry about... I usually like to take pictures of them all together. Or if I'm taking single ones, I'm taking one of all of them singly. I just kept taking so many of Chai. Because I knew. But, and I felt so bad I couldn't just help her. In the end, we did do what we had to do. But, I don't know. It's morbid, but we've put out soft food. Vincent had some because I made him, but this is them knowing, this Pico and Smudge knowing that Chai isn't coming to get the food. This sounds morbid, me doing that. This is how I'm processing, how I'm dealing with it, but you can see Pico is sad. He has sad eyes, but this is actually the closest he's been with Smudge. So, I know this sounds weird, but this is kind of... I mean, they're still looking for Chai to go to the food bowl, because she'd go to the soft food bowl. They see she's not going. Nobody's in the kitchen right now. Vincent just ate and left some over, and Smudge and Pico are looking for Chai, and she's not coming. So, but as I said, trying to get them to process this. Guys, you can go eat. She's not coming. Pico's eyes are so expressive. But as I was saying earlier, they had been sort of weird about Smudge for a bit since last night. Yep, see? You can go eat, Pico. He's like, can I really? Yep. And Smudge is, it's okay, baby. That's the closest they've been to Smudge since. And there's Pico having some of the soft food. Don't mind the messy kitchen, it's been a stressful time. Yeah. So Vincent's had some. Smudge is still like, but Chai didn't. It's okay, baby Smudge. And like I said last night, Smudge was in one of those and Vincent was in the other. And this candle smells awful. It's the only candle of the ones we had gotten when taxes were done that smells bad. And it's, strangely enough, the one that's called like stress-free or whatever, something like that, and it smells the worst. Kind of stresses me out, just saying. It's Monday, April 25th, 2022, 10:22 p.m. and it's been hot in the apartment because the heat's still on, because we're going to have cold weather again, but it's hot today, so it's too hot in the apartment, but it's cool outside, and we've got that misty fog going on that makes the city look really cool. You see that? So there's a lake over there, and then look at it just going across in front of the City skyline. It's eerie, right? But it's also beautiful. Look at it just going on. Trying to balance it while also trying to get a couple pictures with my phone. How are we doing? Okay. It's still very weird to not have chai. And I worry about the other cats, and I know they need to mourn in their own way, but it's really tough to be worried about them and hope that they'll be fine and know that they're gonna go what they're gonna go through. Wow, that's so cool looking. If you look at this, look at that. It's like it's coming around the building. Oh wow. Yeah, it reminds me of Ghostbusters. And there's this. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's just getting really, really thick. There's the... Yeah, that's really cool actually. I'm gonna see that too. Can I picture of that before I freak out thinking my spider's landing on me or something? I gotta go in. It's very, yeah, it's really warm in here. So that's what it looks like from inside, which is why I was out there. Look at it. A smudge right there. Just watching some ASMR. Still trying to learn. I'm a little worried that there's spiders in my hair, even though there isn't. But do you see like that one building that's... No, you can't see it. Wow. Hi, it's video editing me. Wednesday, June 1st, 2022, 7:23 p.m. And that's cool when the sky does that. I tried to do the April 20th to 23rd video multiple times, and so I'm skipping over that for the time being and seeing if I can compile my videos from the rest of April and May, because it's June 1st now and I still wanted to vlog and I'm hoping to get out soon. So yeah, I don't want to get behind, but I'm going to have to come back to April 20th to 23rd. 23rd is when we had to say goodbye to Chai, and it was a memorial service of Uncle Mike, and yeah, it just was not a good time period leading up to that either, because Chai was sick. And yeah, so it was a difficult video to do in the first time, and then when it didn't render properly, there's something wrong with one of the files. I just, you know, it was a big fail, and I kept going through it to put the video together, and it just was too much emotionally. So I'll go back to it at a later date. We'll just like put that later on. But yeah, hi, I'm still here. 6th of April, and finally, oh Smudge, don't go thinking you gotta clean up the cat thing from before. Don't, aside from this compulsive thing that Smudge only started to do a day right after Chai died, was she was licking a spot off the bed that had, where a cat had, like, basically, where I think it was Smudge who had gotten sick on the bed, like, just straight up cat food, like, not like, I don't know. Anyway, before Vincent ruined the moment, Vincent, this was the first time. Smudge, please don't. Is my camera triggering her now? This is the first time where Pico apparently earlier cleaned Smudge. Because since Chai is gone, the boys were just ignoring Smudge. Kind of like not really giving her the time of day. So it was pretty hard. Wasn't it tough? It was tough for us. It's tough for us, wasn't it? And I was watching the boys, and they're dealing with it. Like, he has sadnesses in his eyes. Vincent was choosing to sleep in the carrier. They all slept in the carriers before, but sleep in the carrier where Chai had been, and Smudge, she'd just been a mess. But the boys finally, so Pico gave her a bath. Pico gave her a bath. Hey, hello.
I'm gonna ride my bike to work.
You're gonna ride your bike to work. Okay. So Pico gave her a bath?
Yep.
Okay. And did Vincent give her any kisses yet or no? Hello?
Yeah, of course he did.
He did, when?
Yeah, the two of them were cuddling when I went in there after my,
Okay, so after his meeting, they were cuddling. They cuddled Smudge?
Yeah.
Vincent did? Okay, so first day since the 23rd? Since the 23rd, right?
Yeah.
Because I've been keeping an eye on them all like a hawk. The things that have still bothered me is I don't think they're all eating enough or drinking enough water yet. It's bothering me. But, you know, animals experience grief. They're sentient beings. They experience love and loss and attachments and whatnot. But, a different way. So yeah, it's good to hear. My jaw's just really cracking today. It's really, like, it's making these sounds that are disturbing, but it's because of, anyway, I'm just happy for Smudge that she got some much needed love. Wednesday, April 27th, 2022, 2:57 a.m. And, I was playing video games, even though I'm too tired and I'm gonna go to bed. But I was just thinking about how, you know, it's too quiet without Chai. You know, she was such a big part of her lives as far as bossing us around, telling us to do this, telling us to do that. Very neurotic. Not like Miss Kitty Meow was years ago, but I mean, like, you know, Chai was a clock cat. Clock for time to do this, time to do that. If I was having nightmares, she generally, I guess she would make a ruckus and that would wake me up. We had to cover the outlets with cardboard because she would, you know, demand to be fed. This was before she was sick. She had it just increased, but I mean, before she was sick, she would demand to be fed. She demanded that he go to bed at a certain time at night when he was on a certain schedule, when he wasn't doing the second job. My dad's chimes are going off. You know, she was just, she would be demanding for what she needed even before she was sick, and make noise after using. She'd announce before she was going to use the litter, and then she would, by scratching on the bottom of my bookshelves that have the clothes things, making noise, and she would tell us afterward, you know. So much of our lives were around her, despite having the 4 cats. You know, there's two pairs, 2 girls and 2 boys, and even though they all got their attention, Chai was the one that ran the household, even when she was sick. Although in the last few days, the cats were having enough of it. But now that she's gone there, I think they're like us, and they're incredibly sad, and they feel the absence of her. And, yeah, it's really bizarrely quiet, and it's not just a guilt you feel, you just really feel the absence of her. So yeah, I wish I'd gotten on video the Smudge being cleaned by Pico and cuddled a little bit by Vincent. Hi. Hi, Vincent. Hi. You gonna jump up on the... Yeah? Hi. I don't know. Hi. I got a coffee mug in my hand, so I can't pet you right now, but... Hi. I'm gonna go to bed soon. I think it's just... sad. They know it, and I guess yesterday morning when I was deeply sleeping, they were, Smudge and Vincent were calling for her, looking for her, and then the same red toy ball that had blown out the door when Try was leaving was put by the food bowl today. And they started to eat more food, so maybe it was his offering. I mean, Vincent likes to give us that to say thanks or to tell us to feed them. But, it was just kind of interesting that it was the same color as the one that he had that had gone out the door. So, sorry about the mess. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm finding it, I don't know it. I don't want to sleep. I haven't even taken my evening med. And yet today is the Stanley Parable comes out day, which is kind of exciting. Not just kind of, it is exciting. And I am glad for that, but I'm also, I don't know, it's so sad. Well, there's a Pico. There's a Pico in the chair. Yeah, Pico. And Smudge has been under the tree. Hi, Smudges. And then there's Vincent there. Oh, he's gonna wash himself. But Smudges. Smudges. Hi. Hi. I know. Startled. But I'll let Vincent go back to doing what he was doing. But yeah, it's weird. It's so weird. I'm not used to the quiet. And the stress of like, oh, you know, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I mean, I think that the cats actually weren't eating as much, not just from the sadness of a move to chair, but also because they were used to doing it on her schedule. Or eating when she wasn't eating, or trying to eat, or whatever. They were doing things on her schedule. And so now they're just sort of, they're starting to make their way. They're seeing that there's food still going to be in the bowl. But yeah, I think Smudge felt guilty eating. I know I'm projecting a lot, but I do think that that's why she had a hard time at first. And the boys not bathing her for a couple days. What was it? 23rd to 25th. Or 26th today. 3 days. Was sort of so sad. But, you know, you know. Anyway, it's really quiet. 3 o'clock. I was just thinking about how the last night I had that she was here, she wanted to eat at 3:30 in the morning, which was different. and much too early. But I'm glad that I fed her even after I got frustrated. Yeah. So we're petting the cats lots and spending lots of time with them and being nice and I'm glad that they chilled out yesterday while he was working. And they not chilled out, they've already been too chilled out. It's that they were all on the bed together and they seem to be getting it. You know, at least it's just still so sad. It's very sad. 1201 on 427, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, about to get it. I got a bucket on the Stanley Parable and I can't let it go. Servers are down. Something was down, so anyway, no sound, I don't want to copyright, but here are the cats. Pico, Smudge, and Vincent. So like I said, I missed out on showing them washing her, but she has been cleaned enough that Pico ended up vomiting today. So, because he did a thorough cleaning of her, which means that, like, it was too much fur. So, but, I mean, it is the way it works, and there they are. But they're still sad about her, but they're getting not used to it, but they're eating again, right? They're all eating, and they aren't, like, not ostracizing, but they're actually they're being with Smudge again. So 27th, I spent too many hours of the day playing the Stanley Parable. I was really excited about coming out, and I do like it, except I'm not very good at doing different snares. I did one at the start and discovered something, and then I keep making the same mistakes. Sorry. But I spent a lot of hours on that, and instead of racing, which is good that I did something different. But oh my gosh, I gotta do other things, and there's an empty spot. Before I recorded this, Pico side. It's the 29th of April, the day before my dad's birthday. His first birthday not here. Editor me on the 1st of June 2022 at 7:51 p.m. An hour video of mostly cats. You know what? But it's my life right now. Until I'm getting outside, which I just twitched just thinking about it, because the first thing I have to do is go to the bank still and close my dad's accounts as an executor. But I'm his daughter, so it's my dad that I've got to say and show the paperwork that he's gotten. But anyway, a lot of this video is of cats, because yeah, the dynamic was it's been interesting since Shy's been gone. We miss her even now so much, and I'm relieved she's not in pain, but like it's been tough. Smudge has like separation anxiety when he goes to work. If she thinks she's alone, she starts crying. Like, I have to call for her and let her know that I'm here still, and then she's fine. Other than that, like, everybody's okay, but it's sad. It's so sad, compounded with things like, you know, I have stuff that I have to do. Oh, thanks, alerts. Yeah, going over this footage, I mean, Smudge is much more vocal now, and she needs a lot more attention. I have to make sure to balance that with the boys still getting enough attention. And Chai, though, I miss her so much. Like, I miss my four corners, my cats, all of them being together, but that's not how it worked out. Just like the stuff with my dad didn't work out, and it's all very sad. I'm gonna cry if I keep talking, but here's some more footage. I don't know why I'm doing this. I haven't been to bed yet, so I wanted to share this. It's right before sunrise, or when the sunrise is beginning. Oh, it's chilly. Okay, so it's editing me again. 7:58 p.m. Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. It's my mother's birthday on June 1st, and I wished her happy birthday via Facebook Messenger. I just said happy birthday. I can't call her. I know it won't be good for me to do health-wise. It sucks so, but I remember her birthday. I mean, hello, I wouldn't be here if her and my dad hadn't whatever, but no, sorry, I sound like an awful person, but if you knew the history, you would know that every time I've tried to have a have some sort of with my mother, it always ends up with her really hurting me, and I can't do that. And now I'm so old now that I'm responsible for putting myself into that position if I do it. So it sucks because I have this part of me that always wants to try and always wants to. I want to know more. I want to understand better. I want to. There were times when just I mean, I don't have my dad, and I haven't had my mom for a long time. So I do feel like I felt like an orphan while he was alive for a while there, especially during a lot of the illness. But now, it's kind of almost definite. The only thing that really has to happen is for when she officially passes. But, I mean, when they're not in your lives at all, it is kind of like, oh, wow, that is some great footage there through the window of the sun just rising there and being in alignment with the CN Tower. Quite a view. How am I doing? Well, this is a hard vlog to make. This one isn't even as bad as the 20th to the 23rd vlog, which will be like a thing I'll mention until I actually can get it done. This is weird to do. I didn't get to see the blossoms, so I don't know if I'll end up talking about that. I'm not sure what's next. It's emotional for me. But look at that sun. Look at that view, though. That view. PM on Friday, April 29th, 2022. It's a full moon today. I'm about to take this amethyst. This is my amethyst necklace. I was wearing it. I took it with me in February. And then it ended up being around the bag of my dad's ashes. It's much. And I haven't worn it. It was in, I don't know, it was late. It took a while before I had the box opened to even retrieve the necklace. I haven't, it was around the bag, so it's not, it was around the bag of ashes. And I'm about to put the necklace on just 15 minutes before my dad's birthday. He would have been 69 years old this year. Sorry, but his chimes are starting to go. Anyway, it's a little early before your birthday, but there was a time when we liked to be the first to call each other for our birthdays. Off and on throughout the years, now and then. And I guess that's something he had in common with Uncle Mike, his birth brother, who liked to be the person to always say happy birthday first to family members. So I've put the necklace back on me. So I'm gonna be brave. to this full moon that I can't see. I can see the city lights, even though it's very blurry. I think it's blurry in the view as well. There we go. Everything looks blurry to me, like, I think it is for the view as well. I must be shaking or something. It's all loops, like all swirls. Yeah, swirls of the light. It must be me doing something wrong. There we go. There's a clear. My favorite blue for the CN Tower. There's a beautiful city skyline. Anyway, in case I'm distracted when your birthday comes, happy birthday, Dad. I'm going in now. Hey, Smudge. Hi, Smudge. You're watching. You're watching. So how much time do I have for head Smudges? Gonna adjust the necklace, the neck strings, so that the rocket is on my chest bone, whatever that, not, you know, putting on some Vaseline. Smudges! Hi! And, yeah. So, it's F Friday night, and, the race is just ending. It's 11:47 p.m. now. My dad's birthday is in a few minutes. This is the first one in years where he won't have any pain. I'll put this back here. What do I have here? I have World's Best Dad magnet that he had on his fridge that I got him many years ago. And I've got a cluster, amethyst cluster here. On my dad's picture. And a crystal and a beautiful, and that reminds me of. And there are some timber train whistle. So I'm not gonna keep recording until his birthday. I'm just gonna let it be. But I put the necklace on me. I'm gonna wear it through this full moon. It's 3:07 a.m. and I've turned everything off, and I was playing Elite Dangerous, and after game racing, and anyway, it's a new moon, not a full moon, so new beginnings. I put my dad's necklace on me, not a full moon. New moon energy. Okay, I didn't know. It felt like full moon, even if I couldn't see the moon, you know? It felt like full moon with the recent days. Guess the energy's just, that's how it is. That new moon had full moon energy. But it's always the same. It's just, you know what I mean? Thought I'd just say that before going to bed, because I feel like I lied somehow. A full moon. So April 30th, 2022. New moon. 3:08 a.m. There's a new moon yesterday, and I am wrong about what the moon was. Updates, what's the updates? So, yeah, just I'd say that. I'm going to bed. I need to sleep. And Pico, Smudge, and Vincent. Hi. This is the range. Smudges. Pico's. Pico's still got sad eyes. And Vincent. Wow, they're all at the front of the bed. 21 p.m. on the 30th of April. And Vincent Pico got up because he just turned off the light, but I was getting my camera to get video of the boys laying on the ottoman together. But now Vincent has gotten up startled, so there goes that idea. So I'm walking through here. Look at the view. I know I've been shaky. There we go. Smudge is over here. Smudge! Sad. She's watching the floof. This floof on the balcony still. Because she's all by herself now. But the boys were cuddling her. So we did something. By the way, it's my dad's birthday. And there's my dad. It's a weird day. We started to work on some stuff today. I had to do something, so we had to do something. So my stereo is now up here. My cassettes, which I'm scared of the cats knocking over, but this is my cassette collection. So there's 3 of these. I used to have Cassette Corner at the apartment we had on Wellington, Park Towers in St. Thomas. And we can't put these on the wall here because the walls are like this really, you can't drill in them easily. So I've got my cassettes here, and then you can see cassette single tapes and the other mix tapes. These are more cassettes. And then he said, you know, there are more, since cassettes are back in, there's more cassette holder thingies. So I'm gonna, or he said what they're actually called. So I'm gonna get some. I mean, look at that. Look at that. This one I can't even open, I don't think. It's so sad. A piece of floof is like flying around me because there was so much dust. I mean, low down, dirty, shame. Yeah, I can't even open that. And yeah, don't mind the stuff. And then there's my records. And then under there is my more CDs. So CDs as in music CDs. So I've got some that I kept in boxes, sets, and 2 box sets. And yeah, so you can see some of my cassettes. And they were all alphabetical. Yeah. I think, yeah, A, and then B's, and then all the way. Anyway, it's a bit weird because I was in the bedroom, but now I've got a cassette corner again, music corner again. It's just, so it's seen from over, and I was having that champagne. I don't usually drink, and I think I've had this bottle saved for over a year now. I thought I was going to have it on my birthday last year, and I didn't. I just haven't drank, but I'm drinking it today on my dad's birthday. So yeah, so if you peer over the book nook, which the book nook is here, and the book nook's looking a bit rough. I gotta straighten all that out again, and I gotta, yeah. Got my dad, I've got, well, it's my necklace, but the one I had on my dad, the amethyst. I've got that on a black stone right now to help take out my other stuff. and then I'll wear it some more. I really thought it was like a full moon yesterday, and it's totally a new moon. I sound like more of a good mood than I have been. I'm not. It was a kind of horrible day, as in like emotionally. It started off with the day started off with a nightmare that, like, my dad was in my nightmare, of course, right? Because why wouldn't he be? Except the end of it. Well, the thing about it was, he was it wasn't about him. The dream wasn't about him, and he wasn't the main storyline or anything. But he made an appearance as someone who he made an appearance as someone who at the end, the backdrop to his story was sort of, what was he doing at the end? He was hanging out with Laurel. They were buddies. They were adventuring. They were on an adventure of some kind. They were hanging out together, like they did years ago. And they were hanging out as friends, you know, like hang out. But the info I had about it was that he was going to, and careful everyone who's sensitive, but in the dream, I knew he was going to commit suicide. And he didn't in the dream. It was just knowledge that he was going to do that. He was okay about it. And he was just having a time before he was going to do that. But that wasn't the main plot of that dream. That wasn't the main thing going on. There were other things going on. A lot of other family people in there, including my mom. That house on Ebenezer Road that isn't there, you know. There's a lot going on. A lot of people, a lot of things, a lot of scary things. It was a nightmare. I hate being in that house. It isn't even there from what I heard. Like, it was long since torn down. But when that house makes an appearance in my dreams, it's upsetting. And I guess what it is that it's just it's when you wake up and you come out of a dream knowing, okay, you, like, probably the part about my dad, that info about my dad, knowing that about my dad, is partially what made me lucid and wake up, because it, you know, I end up thinking about it. I'm like, well, he didn't, though his last call was to a phone number he would call when he was thinking about it. He didn't, though. I'm sure he thought about it many times with the amount of pain he was in and what he was suffering through for so many years. And then the mental part of it, like just the decline he was in. I mean, I don't know. It was, so I'm like thinking about it, right? And then I was thinking about the disease itself and what it must have, is it a form of it? And I don't know. Sometimes when the nightmares are really, really bad, I extra analyze it when I'm awake, as if to try and make it make sense. Make it not have just been to hurt, for my brain to hurt me with terrible nightmares of things. Although it was good to see him. But as usual, he wasn't really to spend time with me. It was just passing through, but it wasn't passing through. I don't know why I'm talking about this. It doesn't change the fact that it's his birthday, and he's gone, and of course I was going to dream about him. Of course, but not about him, because it isn't about him. But of course, right? And it's just weird to know that this really was the birthday where I never, This is like this is the milestone, as in, if I make it past this age, 69, then I'll have lived longer than my dad. It's the age. I guess the next hard thing is, alright, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore.